You're riding along at night and you meet a German dispatch rider coming the other way and you swap tyres and magnetos with him.
There's always a moment to have a deal in any situation, you know that.
In the world of TV, some partnerships just click. They're so genuine, so brilliant, you feel less like you're watching a show and more like you've been invited on an adventure. For years, that's exactly what fans of Shed and Buried got. They were welcomed into a world of rust and forgotten history, led by the charismatic Henry Cole and his quiet, impossibly skilled partner, Sam Lovegrove. Sam was the show's anchor, its mechanical genius. He was the guy who could bring machines back from the dead with a calm focus that felt like a superpower. For so many viewers, he wasn't just part of the show, he was the heart of it. There was no big farewell episode. No press release. He just vanished. One minute he was there, turning scrap into gold, and the next, there was an empty space where he should have been. The silence that followed was deafening, and it created a mystery that has haunted the show's community for years. This is the story of that disappearance, the void it left behind, and the quiet tragedy of a man who simply walked away from the spotlight. To really get why Sam Lovegrove's disappearance hit so hard, you have to understand why he mattered so much to so many people. On the surface, Shed and Buried was a simple show. Henry Cole, with his endless energy, would travel the British countryside with Sam, a master mechanic, looking for automotive treasures hidden away in sheds and barns. They'd buy these forgotten relics, fix them up, and try to flip them for a profit. It was a formula that could have been just another Gearhead show, but the chemistry between Henry and Sam made it special. Henry was the showman, the dealmaker who could talk his way into any locked garage. Sam, on the other hand, was the quiet craftsman. With his dry wit and encyclopedic knowledge, he was the grounding force. While Henry saw the romance in a rusty heap, Sam saw the stripped bolts, seized pistons, and the hours of work ahead. He was a man who spoke the language of engines, and viewers were hooked. He wasn't playing a character, he was a genuine, deeply knowledgeable engineer, and that authenticity was magnetic. Remember that episode in Cornwall? They found a Ferguson TE-20 tractor, a rusted-out relic that looked ready for the scrapyard. While others saw junk, Sam saw its potential. With incredible patience, he took it apart, rebuilt it piece by piece, and turned it into a pristine machine. Moments like that defined their partnership, Henry finding the treasure, and Sam revealing its soul. Sam became this unlikely hero. In a TV world full of loud personalities, his quiet confidence was a breath of fresh air. He never seemed to be chasing fame, in fact, he seemed almost allergic to it. His passion was for the craft, not the cameras. He was the stoic, reliable heart of the show, and that's why his sudden departure felt so personal and so deeply wrong. It wasn't a slow fade-out. It was a sudden, sharp break. Halfway through the show's 4th season, Sam Lovegrove was there, and then he wasn't. No announcement, no explanation on screen. The show just carried on, but a huge part of it was missing. At first, fans were just confused. Was he sick? Did he have a scheduling conflict? But when one episode turned into a whole season without him, confusion turned into genuine concern. The internet started buzzing. Fan forums and social media groups all asked the same question: where is Sam? The silence from the show's producers was deafening. In that vacuum, speculation went wild. For a show built on a two-man team, having one half disappear without a word just felt weird. It wasn't like a minor cast change, it was like a main character in your favorite book being erased without a trace. Viewers felt like they had a stake in the show. They'd invested hours, building a connection with the duo. To have one of them vanish felt like a betrayal. Had they fallen out? Was there some secret tragedy? The lack of closure was maddening. Every new episode without Sam was just another reminder of the gaping hole he'd left behind, and the mystery only got deeper. A fan community hates a vacuum, so when no official word came, they turned into detectives. Pretty soon, a bunch of theories started flying around, from the believable to the totally bizarre point. One of the most persistent theories was that Sam had a serious accident. It made a grim kind of sense. His life was full of heavy machinery and the risks that come with it. Fans figured a private, devastating incident had occurred, and his family wanted to deal with it away from the public eye. Another popular idea was that it was about his personal life. Sam was an intensely private guy. Maybe family issues needed his full attention, forcing him to step away from the demanding TV schedule. This seemed to fit with his known preference for a quiet life. Of course, some people whispered about a professional fallout. Did he and Henry have a fight? Or maybe he clashed with the producers over the show's direction. One anonymous online comment even claimed Sam wanted more focus on pure restoration, not just entertainment. There was never any proof, but it added fuel to the fire. But the wildest rumor, and the one that stuck, was about an insect bite. The story went that Sam was bitten by some mysterious bug, leading to a severe illness. Details were always fuzzy. No one knew what kind of bug or what the complications were, but the theory took on a life of its own. It was just strange enough to be believable, offering a serious but blameless reason for his absence. The bug bite theory became shorthand for the whole mystery. The passion of these fans really shows how much Sam's work meant to people. What do you remember most about him on Shed and Buried? Was it a particular restoration, a quiet moment of genius, or his unique chemistry with Henry? Share your favorite moments in the comments below. And if you find these kinds of stories compelling, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. After nearly 2 years of silence and wild speculation, a piece of information finally surfaced. In a video message in March 2022, Henry Cole finally addressed Sam's absence. He said that his friend had been under the weather after being hit with some kind of bug. While it was something, the explanation was frustratingly vague. Some kind of bug seemed to confirm the most popular online rumor, but it offered no real details. For the fans who had worried for years, it was both a relief and a letdown. Sam was alive, but the full story was still under wraps. This points to the most important part of the whole saga, Sam Lovegrove's deep need for privacy. He was a craftsman who happened to be on TV, not a TV star who happened to be a craftsman. After he left, he made no effort to engage with the public. He has no social media. He didn't release a statement or do interviews. He just retreated. According to the few bits of information out there, he's been living a quiet life in Cornwall, focusing on his own projects in his private workshop. A local resident reportedly told Cornwall Live, Sam avoids all the drama. He just wants peace. This is the real core of the story. It's not a dramatic downfall, but a clash between public curiosity and a person's need for peace. Sam chose his well-being over the spotlight. Henry has said the door is always open for his return, but Sam seems content with the life he's chosen. A video did surface of Henry visiting Sam in Cornwall in November 2022, showing him working in his shop, looking thinner but just as focused as ever. It gave fans a glimpse that he was okay but offered no promises of a return. The tragedy isn't what happened to him, it's that the world he was part of struggled to accept that he just wanted to be left alone. The partnership between Henry and Sam was lightning in a bottle, and you almost never capture that twice. Sam's departure left a huge hole in Shed and Buried. The show continued with new mechanics, but the original magic just wasn't there. Fan reaction said it all. Online forums were filled with comments like, "It's just not the same," and "Sam was the heart of the show." It wasn't a knock on the new expert's skills, it was just a recognition that the unique, brotherly chemistry Sam and Henry had was irreplaceable. The easy banter, the unspoken understanding, it was all gone. The show's engine, once a powerful twin, felt like it was running on a single cylinder. This led to a clear drop in online engagement. The show had become fundamentally linked to the Cole and Lovegrove era. Tribute videos, put together by fans, started popping up online, celebrating the duo's best moments. These clips are like a digital monument to the show's golden age, proof of how much that partnership resonated. The aftermath of Sam's exit proved he wasn't just a co-host, he was the show's soul. And for many loyal fans, Shed and Buried now felt like a machine with a vital part missing. The story of Sam Lovegrove is often called a heartbreaking tragedy, but it's more complicated than that. The tragedy isn't some big, dramatic event. It's a quiet one, found in the unresolved mystery and the sense of loss felt by the fans who admired him. It's the tragedy of an empty space, of a story that ended without a final chapter, but Sam's legacy isn't defined by his absence. He brought a rare authenticity to the screen. In a world of fake drama, he was the real deal. His passion wasn't for fame, but for the honest work of bringing forgotten machines back to life. Ultimately, Sam Lovegrove chose a different road. He swapped television for the peace of his Cornish workshop. His story is a powerful statement on fame and the right to privacy. While fans will always hope for one more adventure with Henry and Sam, it seems the quiet man of Shed and Buried has already found his happy ending. Not on our screens, but on his own terms. He's still doing what he loves, surrounded by the machines that have always been his true passion. And maybe, in a world of constant noise, choosing a life of quiet purpose isn't a tragedy at all.